Hello and welcome back to the Brew Interviews, the only podcast that doesn't have to resort to true crime as a topic. That being said, stay tuned for a future episode all about the Night Stalker. I am Robbie, and joining me as always via the internet is my best friend Lauren. It is episode 109, and this week we are pitting cartoon character against cartoon character in a fight to the death in another March Madness bracket. This week on the Brew Interviews.
The Brew Interviews, coast to coast, brews, faves, and more with Lauren and Robbie.
This episode of the Brew Interviews is sponsored by Shirts on Tap, the monthly craft beer t-shirt subscription box, but you will hear more about them later on in the show. For now, Lauren, how you been?
Well, Robbie, I most definitely broke my toe yesterday.
You broke your toe?
I'm pretty sure I broke my toe. I tripped / stubbed my toe on a 5-pound weight and jammed it really hard and then proceeded to drag my toe under the weight.
Oh, good.
And then I saw stars and almost threw up. And now my toe is super swollen and wicked black and blue. So
yeah, there's not much you can really do for a broken toe anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's painful. That's about
You can't even buddy tape it.
Yeah, it's like the ring finger of my toes. You know, the one right next to my pinky.
The ring finger of my toes?
Yeah, your ring toe.
I get it.
Is that what it's called?
What would that be? Your fourth one in?
The one next to the piggy toe.
The piggy or the pinky toe?
Yeah, whatever one you want to call it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so that I'm doing, and I missed my Great Notion beer order today because I was in a meeting when they were delivering it. So my day's fucking great, Robbie. I've been fucking great.
You bum.
Yeah. Well, how have you been?
You stop a meeting when you have Great Notion at the door.
Well, I forgot. I didn't realize it was Great Notion. I didn't know that was today.
Who else would knock on your door?
Amazon rings the buzzer all the time. Every time they deliver. It was around delivery time for packages, and sometimes they ring the buzzer if you have a package. I didn't know I have stuff that I'm expecting from Amazon.
Oh my God. And you had stuff.
I didn't know. It's coming back tomorrow. It's coming back tomorrow. It's fine.
I hope so. I hope so for your sake.
Yes. Well, what about you, Robbie? How have you been? Please tell me you've been better than me.
I'm wonderful because I did get my Great Notion delivery.
Are you drinking it tonight?
I am not drinking it tonight because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to have, and I was like, oh, I'll think about it.
And you and I are gonna trade some. I got the ones that you didn't, so we're gonna give each other
something
the
like
ones that.
I don't remember which ones it was, but
yeah.
So I got that, and we both got our first shirts from our sponsor, Shirts on Tap.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Cool.
Mine, I love my shirt, Robbie. I am so excited to wear it literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. It's like this really dark navy blue, right? And they sent me, you signed me up for the New England region.
Yes.
And so I got Kettlehead Brewing, which is I love Kettlehead Brewing. They're awesome.
I love Kettlehead too.
I have really good friends that live up there. Their brewery is fun. They have wow, this beer is making me burp like crazy. They have a pool table and shit, and their food is delicious. I love Kettlehead. So to have this shirt, it's like a tank, a fermenting tank with that's shaped as a hop, cartoon walking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and all the stickers. I love the stickers, Robbie. I need to get a new cooler anyway, so I'm gonna cover it with all the stickers I'm gonna get from these boxes.
Well, we got extra stickers this box,
but you can do that. You can do that as an add-on. You can collect all of the stickers. Gotta catch them all.
We got 30 stickers.
Yeah,
from other
no, they
breweries.
send you all of the stickers for $3 extra. It's awesome.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you pay that for one sticker at one brewery, and that's all money that's going to help small breweries, right? They work with small breweries on this.
Yeah. So while Lauren got Kettlehead, I got Lone Pine.
I love Lone Pine.
The first box that we got was based off of the month previous, and they didn't have the shirts that we wanted to get.
I got a great one.
So they felt kind of bad. You did get a good one, but I have a feeling they didn't have any in my size from Kettlehead, so they gave me Lone Pine, which was the week before or the month before or something like that.
Yeah, if you had ordered a different style, because you and I had a men's medium, but I had the cotton, large. The heavy cotton, and you got a crew neck. right?
Well, they're all crew neck, but I got the
Oh.
light cotton because it was the only size I think they had
Oh.
left. So I got that one.
Yay! I got the good
That's
shirt.
okay.
I mean,
okay.
Lone Pine's an awesome brewery, so like whatever. But
Yeah, but it's not Kettlehood.
it's
Our April boxes actually shipped out today, so that's good. Should be
yay! I'm
getting
so
those soon, too.
excited.
Woo! Woo! Very, very excited. So, Lauren, what are you drinking this week?
Well, Robbie, since I missed my Great Notion delivery, I am drinking Uncanny Valley, a New England IPA from Burlington Beer Company, which is one of my faves.
They make some good stuff.
Yeah, I fucking love Burlington Beer Company. This is out of Burlington, Vermont, for anyone
I hope so.
who doesn't know. Well, Burlington, I don't know how many Burlingtons there are. It's 7% ABV. The design on it is a cool little robot. I love their can art. And if you ever go to that brewery, their nachos are fucking boss. So order them and put them in your mouth holes.
Uncanny Valley is kind of their flagship, isn't it? Or one of them?
I think so. It's kind of like one of their... They get some crazy flavored beers. Like I've had like a mint cookie stout from them. And like they have like wicked crazy like raspberry like sour Berliner Weisses and shit.
They have great sours.
They're sour. If you see a sour from Burlington Beer Company, just buy it because it's going to be good.
I think what did I get? Like the kumquat blueberry or something back in the day.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing.
And they always have like crazy, like sometimes they have the ones with like marshmallows in them and stuff, but
fucking marshmallows.
yeah. But this is kind of like a basic IPA from them, but it's wicked bold like all of their other beers are with flavor. You know what I mean? So it's it's wicked, like it's just so thick. It's so thick and juicy, Robbie. It's like drinking a beer shake, if you will. There might be some lactose in it. I'm not sure. It kind of is. It's sweet, but it's not like that like weird sweetness.
Yeah.
And it's just like really fruity, like citrusy fruity. But it's wicked good. I'm so excited. Vanilla, maybe a little vanilla. I don't know. What are you drinking?
Well, it's funny that you said yours is wicked good because I am drinking Wicked.
Ooh, I love that.
From Reckless Brewing Company in Bethlehem, New Hampshire.
Wow, that's way up there.
It is.
I did a streetlight survey there.
Pretty way up there. It is a 7% IPA.
Ooh.
But it doesn't taste like your traditional IPA. It's not hoppy. It's not bitter. It's malty. It's almost sweet and malty. Like it doesn't have a lot of fizz or carbonation to it. It's just
the look of it. It looks malty.
It's delicious though, but I wouldn't think it was an IPA at the top.
I hate when IPAs do that to me. If you give me an IPA and it's more malty, I'm going to be so upset.
I mean, I'm not upset. I'm
glad you're not.
I don't care what kind.
I
of
would have
beer it
been
is,
upset
as long as it tastes
if I opened that because when I open up an IPA, I expect to hop.
For the podcast, I like being surprised.
Yeah.
So I'm totally okay with
That's
something
fine.
like this. Reckless Brewing Company is pretty cool. They actually reached out to us for a possible interview at some point.
Really?
So
yeah, let's do it.
That'd be really cool. We could do that sometime. And they just have cool can art. I just like the simple colors. It's always like three simple colors. You'll see the picture on our Instagram account, but
yeah, it's wicked
just
neat.
cool. And it looks like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Is that who
I
that
don't think it is. I don't know who it is. I want to ask him.
I was going to say it looked like a pro wrestler or something.
It does. It looks like Macho Man. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
So moving on to the main topic for tonight. As you heard in the intro, we are continuing the theme of cartoons, because I think it just translated very well.
I agree.
But this time, it is a March Madness bracket, but it's not our favorite cartoon characters. It's not who we think is the coolest or who is on the best show. It's who would win in a fight to the death, just like we did with the animals.
A fight
previously.
I love a good fight to the death bracket.
Everybody loves a good fight to the death.
Everyone likes a good fight to the death.
Yeah, they're like bum fights. Have you ever watched bum fights?
No, that sounds terrible, and I don't want to know what that is.
Oh, it's horrible.
I
was
know.
in, I was in the subway or train. This is, I guess it's a train station in Germany.
What's the difference?
One of them's underground.
I know
bitch.
that.
And I believe it was New Year's Day, like January 1st in the morning. You know, everybody's drunk and hungover. And we're waiting for this train to come, and we're all just like, blech, this is horrible.
Yeah.
And we were down in like the little walkway tunnel areas, and these two bums started getting into it with each other, but they're speaking German. So I have no clue what they're saying. All I know is that this bum was in the territory of another bum, and this bigger bum wasn't having it.
Bum territories! Bum territories!
There he's this is my cardboard. And this big bum slapped the shit out of this little bum so hard. I was dying. I was like miserable.
More than
oh my God. I was miserable and hungover. You know how it is. Like you're up all night.
I've been there. We've all been there.
Oh yeah. And just everything sucks. And you're waiting for the fucking train, but all of a sudden you just watch this big bum dominate another bum. And it is the funniest thing in the world. And nobody bats an eye because it's a fucking big city. It's like New York. You just do something weird and nobody cares.
You know what, Robbie? Nothing cheers up somebody's day like a good
slap in the bum. Like
a good
bum
bumming.
slap.
A good bumming.
A good bum slap. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. March Madness cartoons.
Oh yeah, let's talk about cartoons, Robbie.
So what we did was pick 16 different cartoon characters ranging from Nickelodeon to Cartoon Network to Disney and everything in between.
Randos.
And we each gave them a random generated number and assigned them a spot in the bracket. So all of these matchups are random. We didn't plan any of them.
Some of them are pretty good.
I didn't really look too hard into it.
I'm not looking forward to the first one.
Up first, really? We have Grandma from Hey Arnold.
Yes.
Versus Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob.
This one is a difficult one because...
You picked both?
Well, I didn't mean for them to be matched, but yes,
No,
they were both my choice. Grandma used to be a police officer, and she's a black belt in martial arts.
Oh yeah, that's right. She teaches Arnold.
Yeah. And Sandy Cheeks knows karate. So.
For those of you that don't know, Sandy Cheeks is from SpongeBob.
Squirrel.
Super famous show. Yeah, she's Sandy the Squirrel. Grandma, Hey Arnold. Everybody knows Hey Arnold.
Everyone better know Hey Arnold.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd have a fact or two about Hey Arnold and SpongeBob, but I guess you
well,
didn't.
Grandma used to be a former librarian, police officer, boarding house lady, and besides being a black belt in martial arts, she can also take on larger conflicts, such as repairing the underground subway's wiring, hijacking a bulldozer, or escaping from prison.
Did she do those in the show?
Yes, she did. And I can, picture them as I read them, in the cartoon.
Yeah. But Sandy Cheeks also knows karate.
And Sandy Cheeks knows karate, but she bodybuilds. She used to bodybuild with Larry the Lobster. On the beach. And she's a tough chick. This would be my favorite matchup, I think, to watch. Because I really like both of these.
Is Sandy an actual squirrel in this scenario? Or are they the same size? Is Grandma and Sandy
No, they're not the same size. I think they'd be the same size in cartoon. I think
cartoon form.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But Sandy, when they do the out of water shots, I think she shows up as an actual squirrel. So.
She does. Well, she's a puppet, but yeah.
I think we're gonna go in all cartoon form here.
Yeah, cartoon form.
I really don't know who would win. Who do you think would win? I know who I want to go on to the next round, but
if they're roughly the same size in their cartoon form, like you're saying, then I would give it to Sandy Cheeks only because animals have this access to their 100% full muscle potential that humans just don't. And I think just being an animal would give her the edge up. Plus sharp teeth. I
really wanted Grandma to go on. I really wanted Grandma to go on. But I don't know. I really think Grandma
She could have been a shitty cop. She's also 90 in the show.
She's 80. She's 80. Thank you. 80 to 83 is the guesstimate.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that you're right. I think that Sandy would win. That's why I'm so upset that this was the first one. Because I really think Grandma could give a couple of these a run for their money. Little Bear, no chance.
I mean, he's a fucking bear.
Yeah, but he's a little bear.
Grandma just lost to a squirrel. She's an 80-year-old woman. She's not beating a...
Yeah, but Sandy is a full adult lady squirrel who knows karate, and Little Bear is an 8-year-old little tiny grizzly bear, you know?
Yeah, totally. Oh, man. So Sandy Cheeks moving on to two of my picks that just happened to go against each other. We have Roly Poly Oly, who...
He's small and spurt and round.
Is it spurt and round? I thought it was small and short and round.
I did too, and I looked up the lyrics and it says spurt.
Really?
Which
Small
makes no
and
sense when you
round.
look up the definition of the word spurt.
Yeah.
I think it means
I guess so.
energetic in this sense, but...
Oh. Anyway, Roly Poly Oly debuted in 1998. He's a little robot who is composed of several spheres and other three-dimensional geometric shapes. Did you know he's French-Canadian?
No, I knew Little Bear was Canadian.
Yeah, Little Bear's Canadian.
Yeah.
So is Roly Poly Oly. It was part of the Canadian Broadcasting, whatever, like the CBC. And then
You know,
he was
that makes
bought
sense
out by Disney.
because the kid, Cole Kaplan, that voices Roly Poly Oly, voices Franklin also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Franklin.
I loved those cartoons. I love
the Nick Jr. stuff,
Nick
right?
Jr. stuff when I was like a kid. When I was homesick, was sitting on the chair with my little cup of tomato soup watching cartoons on Nick.
Yeah.
It was Little Bear and Franklin, you know?
Yeah. High school was weird for you. So the other matchup I have is Ickis from Ah Real Monsters.
I love Ickis. I know Ickis takes this one for me for sure.
Ickis Ah Real Monsters debuted in 1994, and he scares people by growing large and intimidating, and he's often
And his eyes
mistaken as
turn
a rabbit.
blood red, like bloodshot red.
Yeah, well, that's
They're terrifying. That's
That's
scary
just the
part.
thing. Yeah, I love Ah Real Monsters. We talked about it a lot more in last week's episode.
Yes.
So if you want to hear more about Ah Real Monsters, go back and listen to that. But we have Roly Poly Oly. I wonder how big Roly Poly Oly in like some universe, like him compared to a human is, you know?
Yeah, I imagine him to be short.
Yeah, well, he's short in his universe.
Yeah.
What if Roly Poly Oly is like 7 foot tall
That'd be
child in his
terrifying.
universe?
Oh my
in
God.
fucking Roly Polyville or whatever the
Roly
fuck it was.
Poly. Yeah, I don't know. What it's called.
That was an underrated cartoon. I was a little too old to actually like appreciate it, but when I babysat my neighbors' kids, they would always want to watch Roly
Yeah.
Poly Oly.
I was
It
gonna
a
say, I
catchy
think
show.
I watched it with my nephews.
Yeah, sure you did.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think I
Ooh,
did.
fucking
I could have
weirdo.
watched it on my own. I enjoyed it, like the grandpa on it, Pappy or
Yeah.
whatever. He was
Pappy-
nutso.
It was fucking weird. So who do you have, Lauren? Roly Poly Oly or the monster Ickis?
Ickis for sure. Roly
Yeah,
Poly
I have-
Oly would just be like, ah, and then Ickis would eat him.
All right, so Ickis moves on. Up next we have Eliza Thornberry
I love Eliza.
from The Wild Thornberries, which debuted in 1998. She has the ability to talk to animals, which is pretty fucking cool.
Pretty sweet.
Did you know Donnie was voiced by Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I
The
feel
basis-
like I did, but I'm not going to
Isn't that-
confirm that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's
and Donnie's
fun.
parents were murdered by poachers.
Yes, that I knew.
I forgot about that dark fucking backstory. We have Eliza Thornberry versus Bender from Futurama.
I love Bender. I love Futurama.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Tell us about Bender.
Oh, well, Robbie. Listen, I didn't have a lot of time to do any research about these, so sorry. Bender, whose full name is Bender Bending Rodriguez. So Bending
That's
is his middle name, folks. Formerly gender bender, wrestler, soldier, Olympic bender. He currently works for Planet Express worker. He's currently a Planet Express worker.
Did you mention he's a robot? I don't.
He's a
remember if you
robot.
mentioned that.
He's the robot on Futurama.
Yes.
I thought we already said this.
I don't know if you already said that.
I thought you said it.
I don't know.
Oh, well, he's the robot on Futurama. He basically is just a drunk machine that can, like, Bender would win against Eliza.
He would win. I agree. He would win in this scenario.
Yeah.
Theoretically, see, my thought was, yeah, Bender can bend metal, but he's also an alcoholic and he has, a
He
drug
definitely
problem.
has murdered people. So, like,
So you could get away with like trying to distract him with drugs and alcohol, and Eliza could fucking talk to some rhinos and an elephant and just be like, "Hey, stomp the shit out of this robot," which happens a lot in the show. He gets beat up quite a bit.
but he's alive. He always survives.
He's alive. He's alive.
He's killed
but
others.
in pieces. If you're in pieces, you lose.
I think he would win. I think
would?
it would be like start and he would just like come out with like a saw from his arm and like cut her in half and like not even think twice about it. You know what I mean? Or like blow a
Jesus.
blowtorch or something. Like he would he
Just
would burp. He burps fire, doesn't he? He would just like burp.
Just a
and, like, set her
blowtorch on
fire.
Eliza Thornberry.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So Bender is moving on. Next up, we have Billy and Mandy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I love this show. It was so good.
I remember watching it. I don't remember any specifics about it, but I remember really enjoying it.
Oh, it's a great show.
Yeah.
It's about a dumb boy and a sadistic young girl who take the Grim Reaper as basically their lifelong slave. It was on Cartoon Network back in the day.
I feel like you would really like Mandy. I feel like you really connect with the Mandy character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that brooding and dark.
No. I just think that that's a character that you would like.
If anything, I'm more Billy.
No, you're not.
Just a happy little dum-dum.
Happy little dum-dum.
I'm a happy little dum-dum. So we have Billy and Mandy against Foghorn Leghorn.
From Looney Tunes.
Because a giant chicken.
He's a rooster.
What? I say, I don't give a shit because it's Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn.
In this instance, I would say Billy and Mandy win because they just bring along the Grim Reaper.
Oh, I guess that's true.
I
didn't think that the Grim isn't allowed to be involved. I don't think that's cheating.
I mean, if Eliza can summon some animals to fight for her, I mean, they use what the talents what they have, right?
Yeah, but Mandy also has martial arts skills.
She does.
Yeah. She takes down some large monsters. You know what I mean?
That's very true. They fight a lot of supernatural monsters.
Yeah. Also, she's very intimidating.
Yeah.
And manipulative.
And Foghorn Leghorn is just a.
I feel like she could talk Foghorn Leghorn into offing, offing himself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because she's so manipulative. She would just be she'd be like, "Wait, go over there," and he'd fall off a cliff. You know, like cartoon fashion.
Your method for Mandy to beat Foghorn Leghorn is for Mandy to talk a chicken into committing suicide.
He's a rooster.
At least mine was more plausible.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's Billy and Mandy moving on?
Billy and Mandy.
Oh, man. All right, so Billy and Mandy move on. We're going to move on to the other side of our bracket, but before we do, we're going to take a quick ad break from our friends over at Shirts on Tap. Today's sponsor is Shirts on Tap. Shirts on Tap. Shirts on Tap. Hey, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Clearly, you are in alternate universe, Robbie, where you're a hipster douchebag and you're into EDM and auto-tuning. But everybody loves auto-tune. No, they really don't. So shut the fuck up while I tell our listeners about our amazing new sponsor, Shirts on Tap. But T-Pain is my hero. Wow. Alternate universe Robbie's way more fucked up than regular Robbie. I have abandonment issues. And sometimes I wear women's clothes. Jesus Christ. But not in a creepy way. You know what? I'm just gonna go. And do things away from you. Why is everybody always leaving me? Scatting. Today's sponsor is Shirts on Tap. Shirts on Tap is a shirt-based subscription box. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Robbie, why on earth would I want to get one shirt every month? Why? Why, you ask? Because Shirts on Tap works directly with independent craft breweries and designers to create custom and unique works of art each month and then slaps that shit on a fucking shirt. And guess what? Once that month is over, that shit goes in the fucking vault like a goddamn Disney movie. And when you do sign up, you can choose from 7 awesome beer cities and change it each month depending on which shirt you want. And did I mention you can also choose from 6 different styles of shirts? If you're like me, you get a nice crew neck. Or maybe you're one of those weird people who wear tank tops all the time. You can get one of those too, I guess. And the best part is, it's just $24 a month. Shipping is free, and there are no contracts. Which means you can end the relationship whenever you want. Just like Lauren's ex-wife. So go get some awesome and customized shirts featuring independent craft breweries when you join the club today at shirtsontap.com. And be sure to use our promo code Brew Interviews, all one word, to get $10 off your first box. That's promo code Brew Interviews for $10 off your first box. Cheers. And we are back from our ad break. We left off on the other side of the bracket. Next up, Lauren, we have Johnny Bravo versus Rosie from the Jetsons.
Oh, I forgot to type her in. I was expecting a different matchup.
You were expecting a different matchup?
Yeah, I forgot to type in Rosie. I have Dexter next. I'm glad it's Rosie. I like this one better.
Yeah, you screwed that one up. Johnny Bravo debuted in 1997. on Cartoon Network and kind of turned into, I wouldn't call it a cult classic, but definitely
I love Johnny Bravo.
oh yeah, I do too, but you had to like him.
Yeah,
He wasn't for everybody.
You have to find the good qualities in Johnny.
Yeah, he was kind of a womanizer, but he was a Elvis wannabe, and he had big muscles, and his whole goal was try to sleep with women, but it never worked.
Yeah, I think that's why I liked it.
Because you tried to sleep with women, and it never works. Makes a lot of sense. And then we have Rosie from the Jetsons. She's a robot
She's
maid.
the robot maid. I feel like Rosie would totally kick Johnny's ass.
I don't remember a whole lot about the Jetsons. Like, I know the characters, but I don't remember what she did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, she was just like a maid character. Like, she was your classic maid character, but as a robot.
And she has like a dust broom that comes out of her chest. Like that.
Yeah,
Was her,
I feel
that's
like
her
she
power.
would just like. I feel like she would win. Because Johnny is tough with his like big muscles, but he's a pussy.
Yeah, he was a pussy. He always got beat up.
Yeah, Rosie could just like beat him with her broom a couple times, and he would. I don't think that he would.
So
win.
we have a robot moving on against Johnny Bravo.
Yes. Sorry, Johnny.
All right, next up we have Dexter from Dexter's Lab against Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
The Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, I didn't write anything down because they weren't my picks. What?
This is where I ran out of time for my research, so I have nothing left for any of my picks. For Mojo Jojo, I tried to like find some specialties about him, like about his abilities. So due to his gigantic brain, because that thing on top of his head is like a helmet for his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. He's extremely intelligent, especially at building high-tech objects and weapons. He's also quite cunning, able to manipulate the Powerpuff Girls, through their, I can't say this word, nativity? I can't.
I'll keep going. I'm just gonna let you go.
I can't do it. Naivety.
Yep, a nativity scene. Yep, Christmas. Keep going.
Robbie, say the word.
No, you got it.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know what it sounds like.
Got it. Nativity scene. What about it?
And then I have nothing for Dexter, but he's a boy genius, and we've seen some episodes where he just like builds these crazy like robot destroying robots. But so does Mojo Jojo.
Yeah. I only have to give it to Mojo Jojo because Mojo is actually sadistic. Dexter like builds all these things, but he doesn't actually do anything with them. He always threatens it, but he always like chickens out. No,
he doesn't against his like arch nemesis. I think if he was threatened, he would use it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so they're both geniuses. Let's just call it that. They're even there, but Mojo Jojo is a fucking monkey chimp thing that would rip him in half.
Yeah, but he loses to 3 little girls all the time. Although that's
Dexter loses to a dumb ballerina sister.
And they are superheroes. So, okay. For me, this one, I guess, would be like a coin flip. So if you want Mojo, that's fine.
I think Mojo wins just because he's a monkey and could... I mean, if you've seen...
You just like the fact that he's a monkey.
Yeah, because when it comes down to it, it's going to be a physical fight because they're both geniuses.
And he would just squish him.
And he would just monkey rip his head off. Like that monkey did. Remember that when that chimp ripped the fucking face off that woman in like Hollywood?
No!
You don't remember that? This person had a chimpanzee. I think it was a chimpanzee, and it escaped and just basically tore her face off. And when the cops showed up, they like shot the shit out of this monkey, and it still was like, rah! Yeah.
Was she feeding it like PCP or something?
I don't know. No, that's just monkey strength.
I feel like chimps just don't go around ripping people's faces off. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Unless it was being abused, and then whoever did it deserved it.
Chimps are crazy. There is a documentary about a group, a school. What do you call a group of chimps? I don't know.
A group of chimps?
A flock.
A herd?
A gang.
A gang?
I didn't mean to say it like that.
Hold on. Keep talking. I want to look this up.
But they found these group of chimps, and basically they would use rocks and smash the brains in of other chimpanzee groups.
What?
And and cannibalize them and eat their faces. I'll send you the link to the documentary. It is fucking nuts. Like, they like rip apart these monkeys
Robbie.
limb by limb.
Robbie, it's called
What's
a
that?
troop.
A troop. I knew that. Troop. So yeah, Mojo Jojo.
So yeah, a chimp would
Killer
rip you
chimps.
in half. It's a fucking troop.
Exactly. Speaking
war
of ripping
troop.
things in half,
Oh, no.
up next we have Little Bear,
Yes.
the Nick Jr. cartoon that debuted in 1995. As we said before, debuted in Canada first, and then it got scooped up by Nickelodeon, is from what I could kind of tell.
Sure.
He's a bear. He's a little
bear.
bear. I mean, he does bear stuff with his animal friends.
Yeah, it was
So,
a very quaint, wholesome show.
It was a educational
It was a good Canadian.
show.
It was definitely Canadian. Like looking back,
definitely a
like, it was
good,
definitely a
friendly
Canadian
Canadian
show.
Yep. Little Bear against one of my favorite cartoons of all time, Chip and Dale.
So
Rescue
I have
Rangers.
such a hard time with this one because I feel like this group of characters would just like work out their differences and nobody would die.
Well, none of these characters would really be violent, I guess.
But I just can't see Little Bear fighting Chippendale. I mean, I think Chippendale would win.
You think Chippendale would win against a bear?
Yeah, but Little Bear is like 8. He's like a little tiny like child.
Yeah, but he's gigantic compared to Chippendale.
Yeah, but Chippendale are smart adventurers.
They are. They're
That
mystery
are, like,
solvers.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're smarter than Little Bear.
Sometimes some crimes go slipping through.
Just
because
you're bigger doesn't mean that you would like win. In
Well,
a
I mean,
fight.
bears probably literally eat chipmunks for
I don't
breakfast all
think
the
bears
time.
eat chipmunks.
They could if they wanted to.
I don't think
Why
they
wouldn't
would,
they?
though.
Why not?
Little Bear's too nice. Little Bear would not harm Chippendale. He'd be like, "Hey guys, you want to be friends?" And then Chippendale would like fly in with one of their like little airplane things and like chop off his head, and then that would be it.
Also, okay, so first of all, the little blimpy airplane thing is not theirs.
I don't know.
So
Well, they would borrow it and then.
I'm giving it to Little Bear because he's a bear. He would just
No,
eat the
I think
chipmunks.
Chippendale would win.
Are you thinking Chippendale's like the dancers?
No, they would lose.
They would lose. And their G strings and what are the cuffs? They just wear the cuffs or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. So
you know more about them than I do, Robbie.
I think Little Bear.
Whatever, take it. I don't care.
Yeah,
you're gonna owe me one at some point. Just remember that.
What? I'm the what? I gotta owe you one? Oh, you shit.
I just gave you Mojo Jojo and Little Bear. We'll see.
Yeah,
on this
because I
next
have
one.
better arguments.
We'll see.
Moving on to the last one of this round, we have Lucy from the Peanuts.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Charlie Brown, for those of you that don't know. Versus Mickey Mouse.
Now, is Mickey Mouse mouse size?
No, Mickey Mouse is a... Have you been to Disney World? Have you seen him? He's like 9 feet tall.
What size do you think? Do you think that Mickey Mouse would be like the same size as Snoopy in like the Charlie Brown cartoon?
No, I think he'd be bigger.
You think he'd be like same size?
I think he'd be... No, he'd be bigger.
No, I don't think he'd be bigger than the kids.
If you've ever played the game Kingdom Hearts...
I haven't.
Where Mickey is a big portion of that. He's like close to human size.
Well, I feel like you don't really see adults in that.
See adults in what?
In Charlie Brown. How tall
I'm
are
not
adults?
talking about... Yeah, I know, but...
Well,
Charlie
so
Brown's
how
a
are we
kid.
supposed to know how tall adults are compared to the kids? How are we supposed to know how
Because
big...
they're real kids. They're supposed to be kids. They're kids.
All right, well, who do you think...
I say nobody beats the House of Mouse, okay? Mickey Mouse is going to lay the smackdown on this
I don't know. I feel like Lucy would put up a good fight.
You don't talk to me like that, you little piece of shit.
She moves a football out of the way for Charlie Brown. What else does she have?
Yeah, exactly. She's like sneaky. She's a sneaky little bitch.
She's sneaky. I don't think anybody beats the House of Mouse.
All right,
in
fine.
this
I'll give
fight.
you Mickey Mouse, Robbie.
You're
Take
giving
it.
Mickey Mouse?
So phlegmy tonight.
You're so disgusting and funny. All right, that goes for the first round. We are moving on to round 2. First up, we have Sandy Cheeks, the squirrel, versus Ickis from All Real Monsters.
Ooh, this is a good one.
It's like monster that grows versus squirrel that does karate.
Karate
is
Squirrel
oddly
is
human
pretty... Sandy's a brute. You know what I mean?
She
She's
is.
from Texas.
And she can fight underwater.
And she can fight underwater.
She can fight underwater.
Yeah,
She's from Texas. Did you say that?
Yeah, she's from Texas.
She's from Texas. Ickis is from New York.
Ickis is also like 90 years old. So like...
Is Ickis 90 years old?
Ickis is 90 years old.
Oh, he's basically a rabbit, so.
Well, you said Grandma would lose to Sandy Cheeks because she was so old.
That's true. Well, yeah, well, you can't compare a human versus a monster.
I just did.
I know, and you were wrong about it.
All right, well, I think Sandy... I don't know. I feel like Sandy would win this.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Good.
Sandy Cheeks wins this one. Sandy Cheeks. All right. Next we have Bender versus Billy and Mandy.
I think that Bender would win this one because they can't really use the Grim Reaper against a robot.
Yeah, against a robot, even though they have like the robot devil in the show Futurama. Do you remember that?
Yes, I love the robot devil.
And the robot like Grim Reaper and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. Bender would win. He would just robot shit them. Speaking of robots, up next we have Rosie from the Jetsons versus Mojo Jojo.
I don't think Rosie would stand a chance against Mojo.
No, because Mojo could build a robot to fight Rosie if he wanted to, and probably be an actual battle robot and not, a maid.
Yeah, I think Rosie wouldn't. I'm sorry, Rosie.
I'm not. Up next, we have Animal versus Animal. We have Little Bear versus the House of Mouse.
Mickey.
Lauren.
Mickey takes it.
I agree. I think Mickey beats Little Bear. Little Bear's young and naive and not experienced in the ways of combat.
Yeah.
Mickey's been killing Jews, or what did he do back then?
Oh my God, Robbie!
He's a Nazi. He's a product of a Nazi.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Mickey Mouse. He was created in 1928 by Walt Disney. Mickey has one Academy Award that he won in 1942. He's the first cartoon character.
That's it?
That's it. He was nominated a bunch.
Mickey Mouse has only won one award?
Yeah, he's a fucking fake mouse.
Yeah, but I feel like he should have more. He's so iconic.
He is the first. He is the iconic. He is. More iconic than
that's
probably
what I
anything
mean.
ever. Yeah. He is the first cartoon character to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's pretty cool.
Hell fucking yeah, it is.
Right? And he's been voiced by about 8 people at this point.
Wow. I wonder what that feels like to be able to say that you're the voice of Mickey Mouse.
Well, they're all dead, but yeah.
Well, what about the
There's one left. There's one left.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like that's like a pretty legendary role. I would feel.
What if he completely changed the way Mickey Mouse sounded? Like it was always the same. Oh, hey guys, and then all of a sudden the guy's like, I fucking hate everybody. Like,
what do you think that would do to America?
I don't think it would be a problem
if Mickey Mouse's voice just changed. You don't think that would be a problem?
He's just a disgusting, New York City guy.
I'm picturing it in my head right now. I know exactly what you're saying. You don't think that would alter the course of history?
It might.
I think that would destroy the world, Robbie. I think that people got so upset about Mr. Potato Head going gender neutral. Mickey Mouse changing his voice. Not a chance. The world doesn't stand a chance. Not even a little bit.
Fucking Mr. Potato Head. So Mickey Mouse moves on. Is that what we're agreeing?
Oh, for sure.
Mickey Mouse. MICKEYMOUSE. Moving on to the finals. Semifinals.
Beats the shit
we
out
have
of me.
Sandy Cheeks, the karate squirrel.
Versus
Bender, the robot from Futurama. I don't know. I feel like we've seen a lot of fights with Sandy. Like, she's actually tough. Bender's fake tough, and he gives up a lot. He's kind of a pussy.
Yeah, but he's also a robot.
So, yeah, but he gets beat up all the time.
I feel like Sandy would be smart enough to wait till Bender falls asleep and then, in a drunken state, and then just, put him in concrete and, sink him to the bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or, pour some water on him, let him rust.
Let him rust.
I think Sandy is smarter than Bender. That's my thing.
I think that Sandy would take this because of her smarts.
That's it.
That's all I have to say. And she knows karate.
Just remember, these are cartoon characters. This is not an actual robot bending an actual squirrel. This is their cartoon selves.
A squirrel might win against a real robot too. Let's be for real. I think it might. It could.
Lauren, they could probably lose to mouse traps. You know what I'm saying? That's literally a robot that just doesn't move.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Smack. I would say Sandy just based on their cartoons. The other semifinal matchup, we have Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff. I always want to say Powder Puff Girls.
No,
Powerpuff Girls versus Mickey Mouse.
I think Mojo would take this one.
You think Mojo Jojo takes this
Yeah,
one?
because Mickey
The
Mouse,
giant front
Mickey
monkey?
Mouse, I think would win on like he could hold his own on a one-on-one fight, but Mojo with his technology and brains, I think would just take Mickey out.
Yeah, but what if I put this point to you? Mickey has Disney magic. I don't know what that means, but he has Disney magic.
Well, listen, Robbie.
Yeah.
I don't think Disney magic can hold up to Cartoon Network science. That's all.
So if we're going off of the cartoons, I guess you're right.
I know I'm right.
But
I
Mickey
am
Mouse,
right.
you need to play Kingdom Hearts because it
Well,
is one
tell
of the
me
greatest
how,
games.
Robbie. What do I play it on?
PlayStation 2.
Do you have it?
I do.
Can you lend it to me?
I can lend it to you.
All right. Well, then we'll get this party started, my
Okay.
friend.
It is
Maybe
one
we'll
of the
do
greatest
it.
games of all
Maybe
time.
we'll do. Maybe since we're both vaccinated, we could do a Patreon episode of me playing it with you.
I don't know if you know how that works.
You sit there and watch me play it. That's how it works.
Okay.
All
But anyway, Mickey Mouse is like a badass with a sword kind of thing in the video game, and he kills things. But
I still don't think that would hold up to Mojo.
I think it would. But if we're talking about just the cartoons, Mojo Jojo.
Thank you.
So in the finals, we have Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob versus Mojo Jojo, and I feel like Mojo Jojo is about to win this cartoon face-off.
You know, I didn't see that coming, Robbie.
I did not either.
I didn't see it. Oh, did you just hear that? Miner didn't either. He grunted. He was like, "Rrrr."
I only think Mojo Jojo wins because he's physically strong, but he also is a genius.
I think the only
Sandy's kind of an inventor, but she's not,
Sandy is smart, but
Yeah.
Mojo is like smarter.
And evil and smart.
And
You know.
evil and smart. But he does have kind of a kind heart. You see it a little bit. Mojo wins.
Mojo Jojo
Kills
is our
Sandy
official winner.
Cheeks.
I personally think it would have been Mickey Mouse because,
No.
nobody takes down the House of Mouse, Lauren. You know the
Mojo
rule.
took it all. Mojo didn't lose his... Never mind.
He didn't lose his... Is that what you're going to say? He didn't lose his mojo? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
How
That's
do you
why
have
I
a podcast?
stopped.
How do you have a podcast? Good Lord. You heard it here first. Mojo Jojo, out of our cartoon characters that we picked, is the winner. Obviously, he's not the strongest of all time.
I can't wait to see what our Instagram followers choose, because sometimes
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very different from what we choose.
Very, very different because we use logic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But before we go, we're going to rate our beers real quick. I drank Wicked from Reckless Brewing Company up in Bethlehem, New Hampshire. It's an IPA. It is very good. It's very different than a traditional IPA. It is malty. It's almost sweet and flat, like a flat mouthfeel. I give it like a 3.25. I like how it's different. And if anybody's been listening to us for a while, I don't like the same bullshit when it comes to beers. I like when something surprises me.
True.
So 3.25.
Wow. Well, Robbie, I drank Uncanny Valley from Burlington Beer Company. It's a New England IPA. It was fucking thick. It was fucking juicy. It was bold as hell. And I'm going to rate it a 3.75. My only wish is that the fruit flavors were a little more abundant. But that's otherwise fucking delicious. This is a really good like base IPA,
Yeah,
for
it's a
them,
solid IPA.
because they do some crazy like flavor. Like I don't think I've ever had a beer from Burlington Beer Company that I didn't enjoy.
Well, that just about wraps it up for this episode. You can find the Brew Interviews on our Instagram page at The Brew Interviews or on Twitter at The Brew Interviews. You can also send us an email at thebrewinterviews@gmail.com or on Facebook under The Brew Interviews. And if you feel so inclined, you can head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/ patreon.com/The Brew Interviews and become part of the Brew Interviews family, just like these people: Hillary, Mitch, Steph, Karen, Danny, Jess, the Wreck My Podcast crew, and Kylie of the Golden Ghouls. Thank you very much for supporting the show. Also, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps us out. And I would like to thank our sponsors, Shirts on Tap. Remember to use our promo code Brew Interviews, all one word, for $10 off your first month's box. And AdamandEve.com using our promo code Brew4U. That's Brew the number 4U, and get 50% off almost any one item. Oh, for the Brew Interviews, I'm Robbie.
And I'm Lauren.
Good night.
Good night.
This has been The Brew Interviews, a podcast about craft beers coast to coast with Lauren and Robbie.
If you're in pieces, you lose.